Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Ultra Premier with a team that I have recently built up. So Shadow Steelix here, you can see that it's kinda under-leveled below that 2500 CP limit for Ultra League, and that is because I'm running low on excels. Also not the best possible IV that I could get, but still a pretty decent Pokemon that you can use, perhaps the ultimate raid boss of the Ultra Premier format. At the back we got Pelipper, which is gonna require also a lot of excels to build up, but to be honest I was having a lucky one, so I went for it. I also grinded for those excel candies, especially with the trades, and I have recently also built up this Pokemon. Another Pokemon that I have made is gonna be the Surfetched. Of course no excels on this one, but still I hadn't one ready for the Ultra League format, and now with that Pokemon on my roster I'm feeling much more safe than ever for the Ultra League format, whatever that format might be. The Premier Classic, the Open Meta, this Pokemon is super good, especially with the Leaf Blade able to thread all those Swampert out of the way, and of course the Brave Bird for the nuke possibility. Having now in the next one the Walrein after that first win, and we're gonna be able to pressure a lot with our Steelix. Steelix with those Dragon Tails is just gonna chip apart so much HP out of the enemy, and it is adding up pretty fast, so the crunch here is gonna connect. Actually not gonna connect, okay, they're gonna block. I wasn't expecting that, but still it makes sense because I was trying to go for that earthquake bait, which it worked, and now gonna get to the next crunch, and now they're gonna take it. Energy defense drop, excuse me, on their Walrein. And what I like about Steelix is that even against its counters it can still hold up on its own, and of course you can still pressure for those debuffs, which is always nice. Consider using a move like Earthquake on your Steelix if you want to have that nuke possibility, and even if you do not, like I do over here with the crunch, well, you can always bait for it, and trust me, a lot of trainers are gonna block your moves. They do not want to get hit by a Shadow Steelix Earthquake there, so it makes a lot of sense. Hurricane now on that Jellicent, and all I have to do here is to block the Shadow Ball. However, I end up blocking. No, it is gonna be the Shadow Ball. Okay, I thought it was gonna be the Bubble Beam because that was too early. So now I'm gonna get to the Hurricane, and of course now we'll try to outspeed, which I can with the Weather Ball, and that is gonna put the Charizard on a very low level, able to catch now the move on the surface. I knew they had the energy, I knew they were gonna go for it, and yeah, I'm just gonna throw my surface, take that energy on my Pokemon and secure the victory with the Pelipper. Into the next one now with the Charizard up on the lead. It seems like we can catch a break with the Steelix up in front, but still you can see that even against its worst counters it still has some play. Able to get to the Blastman for the enemy, and I will keep that Psychic Fangs for the end game. Gonna get in there now with my Surface now. They got an Umbreon, and sad news about the Umbreon is that it is super good on its defense. It can still hold on after all those super effective counters that I'm doing at it. And of course just keep in mind that Surfetched is a heavily weighted attack Pokemon, so at this point I'm just gonna take the next move, completely farm them down, trying to get to the Leaf Blade. Of course I cannot. Now I'm gonna go in with the Pelipper. They see the Pelipper, they get out of the way because they got a fighter at the back. Into the next one now with the Venusaur up on the lead, looking pretty solid. I'm just gonna go straight for those Psychic Fangs because they're super effective and they are also Shadow. Just gonna block the first one, and that is because this Shadow Venusaur can still do a lot of work and threat me at some point. So blocking the first, and let's see now how they will react, because now I'm pretty sure I can take the second and completely farm down right after. Not gonna throw an alignment, just gonna lose a CMP. We do not like that at all. Swampert goes in, and here is where the backline is getting pretty good, because I have two Pokemon at the back that can definitely counter down that Swampert. And if you're thinking, okay Ganeto, but this team is gonna struggle a little bit against Charizard, well, you saw before that still Steelix can go pretty well against that Charizard with a pretty solid matchup, especially after all those debuffs and the Steel Jab. And of course, okay, I know that Surfetched is gonna struggle against Charizard, but still we got Pelipper, and as you can see here, it can just dominate this matchup, and Charizard is pretty much everywhere. They got to throw some energy, otherwise they're gonna go down. They can hope that I can have only weak Pokemon right now to the Swampert, but to be honest, I'm just gonna gonna go in with the Steelix, then get in with the Surfets and finish them off after they spend a shield. And even if they didn't shield, well, I would still stay in because I want to pressure even more, and Shadow Steelix doesn't care at all about any battle, just gonna do tremendous amount of work. The only thing that it might be afraid of is gonna be the dark types, to be honest, and especially something like an Obstagoon or a Scruffy will be on a very good spot against Steelix. So with those two out of the way, you can see that this team stands victorious pretty much against anything. So about Swampert and the Darks, you got the backline which can cover you pretty much perfectly. We're gonna be able to land here the big nuke on the map, on the Shadow Cantonian Mac. Down they go now. We are on the shield disadvantage, but to be honest, we had to do that because we wanted that Obstagoon out of Steelix's way. At this point, we're gonna get farmed down, but to be honest, Steelix can still go in, and at this point, we can always tank one whole Blast Burn. Tank not that easily, but we can still do it. They go in with the Obstagoon, which gives me now the ultimate scenario for me. We have to farm down and reach to the Brave Bird in order to finish off that pure HP leveled well Charizard. That was a weird saying, but it is now a saying. So let's get out with the Brave Bird, and boom, trainers, down goes the Shadow Charizard. We don't care at all, Surfetch doesn't care at all, and that Nighty Pokemon is gonna bring the Mighty Knight into the Charizard. Into the next one now with a very good lead. Finally it happened. We had so many bad leads, and we're gonna have the Pidgeot up on the lead. At the back, they come in now with a Jelly Sand after staying in a little bit longer than usual. And at this point I know that I might just have to take the first move and then switch out to my Pelipper, but first I want to pressure even more with my Psychic Fangs. At this point they're gonna take it pretty cool call there by my opponent, because now I have to go in with my Pelipper and try to farm down while they have kept their shields alive. Pidgeot goes in, this has to be a Brave Bird, otherwise we can survive, and we're gonna pressure for the Hurricane. Are they gonna expect it though? Because even with the debuffs, it is still gonna hurt the Pidgeot, and all I have to do now is to go in with my Steelix and completely farm down this Pidgeot. So Pidgeot is definitely a very good Pokemon overall, so I really recommend to you trainers if you have one, because I do not. I'm still looking for a Hando Pidgey. I know I should have gotten one since I'm playing since day one, but still I do not, and that's a bummer. So now we're gonna leave to that trainer the outcome, because I'm pretty sure we have settled ours, since we can block now the second one, and right after this Leaf Blade perhaps we will be able to reach to another one. I know that this Grident is super spammy, but to be honest, that fighting type of ours is just gonna dominate them. They come in with a Pidgeot trying to catch or whatever, we don't care at all. Surfetch doesn't care, and we're gonna take this victory. Into the next one now, the big toothless thing is gonna face the fried Charizard here because it's super black, and we got now the Psychic Fangs, which is gonna connect, I think. Yeah, they're gonna take the first one, and now Dragon Tails are gonna be adding up so much in damage against that Charizard. Gonna let the first one go through because I do not want to get baited, but of course instead something that amazing Blast Burn obliterating my Steelix. And if you have a high IV Steelix, well, you can always go pretty hard against your enemy. And now I'm just gonna go in with my Surfetch, able to completely farm down the Obstagoon. I think they had Hyper Beam and they wanted to reach there, but I'm not gonna allow that. Able to farm down the Charizard in the process, and they got another fighter at the back. This time the Machamp, no, the Surfetch. So another Leaf Blade by my part, and we're already there on the next one. So prepare for a rampage of attacks. 1, 2, 3 Leaf Blades to take those shields out of the way, and of course another one to finish them off with a Weather Ball from the Pelipper. Look at that, pretty wonderful. And now we're gonna move into the next one. So alright, a pretty solid one for our team. Of course we have to stay in because our Pelipper will struggle in the late game. We do not want that, and we do not want to reveal for sure our Surfetch yet. So staying in here, gonna predict the first one. Those wall rains never go for the Earthquake. I don't know why, but it happens. So I just let the first one go through, and I know that because I'm a Steelix I can still survive. This Pokemon is pretty good defensively, even against super effective moves. You saw before that we almost survived that Blast Blast Burn from a Shadow Charizard with 1 HP, but we still did. This Pokemon is good, I'm really telling you that. And now they have at the back the Gyarados and the Swampert, so yeah, we're gonna do a lot of work against them. Able to reach now to the Hurricane, big damage and lethal to the Gyarados. They come in with a Swampert, they have nothing to throw here. We're gonna go down, but still we got the Surfets, which is pretty amazing. Just gonna go in first with my Steelix because I want them to spend more energy. Down I go. They thought they had a chance, but to be honest, we got 2 shields and those counters hurt a lot. Can we finish them off without reaching to a Leaf Blade? I think so. This is gonna be their final move. They cannot reach to another one, right? And I'm just gonna go for it. Down goes the Swampert with those counters, and we didn't even get there to the move because it was not needed at all. Anyways, next one, and we're facing a very bad lead on the face of Machamp. So this set is kinda cut down, as you're gonna see, because I was having a lot of Dragonite lead, and of course that Steel typing in combination with my Dragon Tails was pretty good against those Dragonites, and Steelix could obviously win those battles only because of alignment, so that's why I'm not gonna show them at all. I want to show some pretty tough battles, and the final one might be with a Dragonite, I'm not sure, we're gonna see. Anyways, gonna get there now to another move for that Cantonian Mac, but to be honest, we can for sure survive those. Down they go. I'm expecting the Machamp to return, and at this point we got 100 energy, so almost a triple Psychic Fangs is coming on that Machamp. If they manage to block here, perhaps I'm gonna go in with the Surfets, and now they have the Snorlax. We are looking awesome, and we're just gonna block the first one and then try to farm up so much energy to finish off at 2 blows, 1 for that Snorlax, 1 for the Machamp, and right after that we're gonna move forward into the final one. Look at the Brave Bird, look how awesome it is. And yeah, we're gonna lag because I think they left the battle, but still we're gonna see the boom. Down goes the Machamp, and let's focus now into the final one. We got the Dragonite up on the lead. Let's go, trainers. Pretty solid lead for the Steelix and the best one that you can get. So now we're gonna meet up on the switch with the Lapras. I'm just gonna go here for the Leaf Blade, and they are charging up so much energy that I can get to the double and probably threat those shields, right? Yes, of course we are. So they're gonna throw their energy, and they was thinking, shall I block? Shall I not? Of course I will not, because Surfetch has already done its job, and now my Steelix can go in definitely to farm down a lot of energy. Just gonna block the first one, it's gonna be the Surf, and then perhaps I'm gonna go for the farm down, but then it hit me. Ganeto, you cannot do that. Just preserve your Steelix for the end game, and you still got the Hurricane from that Pelipper, which most probably will be unshielded. So I'm just gonna go now for the crunch on that Charizard, and they return to the battle with the Dragonite. So perhaps I need to block here, but guess what? I'm not gonna do that. This is a Shadow Steelix video after all. First we're gonna land the big nuke on that Dragonite. You love to see it. And now Steelix will return to the battle to finish them off. I'm just gonna call the bait. This is a crazy battle, and they have to go for the bait. Let's go, trainers. Now I'm gonna block because this is definitely a Blast Burn, and I have absolutely outplayed my opponent here with that final crunch. Down they go, and that's gonna be a good game. That's all, trainers. Thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.